G'day guys, it's great to be back with a new tray V 2.0 I think it's been called. And thanks for all your heartfelt condolences on the previous tray, and I'm sure we'll get used to this one pretty quickly. I've actually been wanting this one for a while. It's the stereotypical I don't know, military prison school cafeteria type deal, and just impossible to find over here in New Zealand. I don't know why. Maybe we don't have too many of those sorts of things. Well, we do have schools, but usually you don't have lunches in this sort of format. So this came all the way from the States, and it is used. It's second-hand. It's been sanitized, but yeah, it could have come from anywhere. So it's got a bit of history and a bit of character. And I think what better way to start off with a ration that's got a bit of history and character to it as well. And that's the actual review part of that Australian CR1M that was very kindly sent in by Gundog and Bushmaster. So if you've seen the previous videos, we broke up the meals into three components, obviously breakfast, lunch and dinner. The ADF, the Australian Defence Force, recommends that for breakfast you actually have one of the main entrees, so we will comply. And you would have seen how I broke up the meal, or the day's meals, in the previous video. So we're going to crack straight in now and get into breakfast. First of all, we'll get our entree heating up, and for breakfast I've decided to go with the chili con carne. Okay, and no date on that one, but we do know that this ration is from around 2009, 2010. That's when the components come from. So let's break out the Mark 1 field wok and get this heating up. And you don't get a heater with the CR1M, so you'd have to rely on your own portable stove, but in she goes. And we'll get the hot drinks on the go first of all. We'll start with a coffee, which was pretty, yeah, some big chunks in there. A few solid bits. As you can see, it's a little on the rocky, lumpy side, but it smells fine. And we'll also go for a cup of tea. This is packed on 3rd of the 3rd, 2010. Okay, get a bag with our bag. Oh yeah, good old Bell tea, that's a familiar name. Pop a sugar in with the coffee, and we'll hit it with some water. Spoon with the oh, okay, it's very very sticky is that coffee. Alright, we'll just give those a couple of minutes to do their thing, and we'll whip up the cold drink. The high energy sports drink powder is it's actually meant for 1 litre. So I'm not going to make that much, so we'll just use a normal glass, and it's about 250ml, 300ml. So we'll put in about 1/4 to 1/2. Interestingly, this is packed in New Zealand but made in the USA. Yeah. Quite caked up. Not so much a powder anymore. We'll see what we're looking at. If I can do this without pouring it everywhere, I'll be a happy man. Okay, it's orange flavour, or you can immediately see it's orange. And yeah, it's just like kind of a cake there. So we'll try and do this as best we can. Get a few good chunks in there. It's immediately just settled in the bottom. It kind of looks like that magic sand stuff that you get for the kids to play in the bath with and build castles. That a wee stir. Yeah, I think that's going to take quite some time to dissolve, so we may come back to that and give it another whack with the spoon soon. Okay, let's start getting into the food side of things. So this did come with a couple of chocolate bars. I think we need a what are they called, paleontologist or something like that. Wowzers. Okay, it's chocolate gym, but not as we know it. Okay, so it's you know, it's heavily oxidized. If you crack into it, it's the same all the way through. Just kind of like this very light powder. So it's a few years old. It's got a few miles on the clock. Can't really blame it for that. Let's see how strawberry fruit grains have fared here. Oh, come on. Oh, stubborn. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, they're refusing to exit. It's not a good omen. Okay, if you remember, we had, back to the old New Zealand ORP, we had these strawberry fruit grains too. They would have been exactly the same manufacturer. These ones have definitely seen better days. I do remember the other ones being quite separated and not sticky, whereas these ones are sort of sticky, like kind of like raisins. You can see them glistening there. That's stickiness, and they've got quite a dark colour to them. I can't quite remember what the NZORP ones look like, but I do remember them being, I think, a little bit more strawberry coloured. I'll give them a sniff. They smell okay. Let's have a look at the apricot coconut ration bar. A wholesome bake. Made with care. These are not the easiest things to get into. Come on. Okay, here we go. One apricot coconut ration bar. It looks very wholesome there. Not sure what that little bit there is. Perhaps that's the apricot. I don't know. Looks alright. It's pretty honest, and you know, it is what it is. Oh, it's got a funny smell. Yeah, it's definitely got that package smell to it. I was expecting some nice little you know, coconut notes, apricot, but yeah, it's got that packing smell. Okay, we got our crisp bread biscuits, 2010. Okay, here we go. There's quite a few of them, and not all in one piece, but I think most of them are. Little stragglers. And these crackers are really a yeah, they're a sort of wholemealy type thing. can see a little bits of goodness in there. That's what they smell like. Oh, wow, okay. Definitely got very, very similar to MRE crackers that have been in the packing, been in the pack for a long time. It's the same kind of smell. So I'm guessing the same kind of I don't know, chemical changes are taking place. Or the same ingredient is going a bit weird. Yeah, they don't quite smell like they should. What we might try hitting them with is a little bit of yeast extract, which this will either be Vegemite or Marmite. A Kiwi and Aussie staple. Oh man. Oh. I don't know if you heard that, but I squeezed it and there was a bit of pressure or something built up behind there, so I just got a, you know, straight on the nose, a big squirt of this stuff. So I can tell you it smells pretty normal. So it's okay, there was a little bit of oil, I think, that had gathered at the top. As you can see from this final bit here, it's actually quite normal looking. And now that our tea has had time to, as Gundog would classily put it, and no doubt correctly say, steep, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I am not a huge tea drinker. Get him out of there. So what this opens up the opportunity to do is crack into our sweetened condensed milk. Now, it's okay if this is a bit yellow, they say. Whoa! Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, that's quite dark. Tastes very good though. So we'll give it a good dollop into both tea and coffee. Sweeten them up and acts like a creamer. There we go. I guess it's that time, guys, so let's check out the entree. And here we go. Our chili con carne. Should be piping hot. What do we see there? It smells pretty good. It smells a lot like the chili you get in normal US MREs. And here we got beef, kidney beans, chopped tomatoes, tomato puree, onions, and other sort of bits and pieces. You can clearly see the bit of orange oil, the chili. It's quite authentic. And our beans in there. Just having a look for some of the meat. Yeah, it's definitely sort of minced, and no doubt the years have further contributed to that breaking down. So it's yeah, it's hard to identify individual bits of mince, but you can get the idea. Okay, first up we'll just do a whip around and see how these things taste. They're obviously not in pristine condition, as the chocolate will attest to that. Usually with chocolate, the outside is fairly, it can look fairly rough, but the inside will still maintain a bit of that chocolatey flavour or essence. Yeah, this tastes like it's gone through a few, it's a few more stages down the track than that. As it looks very dusty, crumbly, chalky, and yeah, it's hard to pick. There's not too much sweetness coming through. There's not too much of anything coming through. It's just an overwhelming sort of dusty type thing. That's, yeah, a bit of a weird aftertaste there, but oh well. I mean, you'd still eat that in a pinch. Our strawberry fruit grains. They actually taste really good. No problems there. Very strawberry, nice strawberry flavour, and nice and chewy. Tastes quite nice, moist. This is our apricot coconut bar. Okay. Okay, quickly to the drink. Orange. Wow, yeah, that's pretty funky too. Okay, so, all right, this one here is gone. That's kaput. The flavors coming off that and the aftertaste are pretty hideous, kind of in line with the smell. It's really hard to describe. I can only say that I've tasted similar type flavors in the vintage MREs I've done. So it's just an age thing. Anyway, moving into the crackers. These also smell kind of a little bit odd. Yeah, and they taste it too. It's very, very similar as to the taste that's coming off the muesli bar. So I don't know what it is, if it's an oil that goes rancid or something like that. But we'll try a bit with the yeast extract. Actually, I just tried a little bit of the yeast extract first. That's fine. It definitely helps the cracker out having it on. So if you wanted to mask that off taste, that yeast extract would certainly do it. Okay, onto our chili con carne here. Yeah, it's not too bad. It doesn't taste like the freshest thing in the world, but it's obviously not. We'll try up a little bit of salt, pepper, barbecue sauce. Is interesting, but hey, why not? Okay, a little bit with the salt and pepper. Yeah, it definitely helps it out. It's not spicy at all. There's no heat coming from it. The flavours aren't too bad. It's just like your average canned chili, what you'd expect. Kidney beans are nice. They've maintained their consistency and shape pretty well. And you can taste some meat in there too. But we'll try a bit with the barbecue sauce. Actually, the barbecue sauce lifts it up quite a bit. And into the tea with our sweetened condensed milk. Very nice. Sweetened condensed milk is a godsend in rations. I think it should come in all of them. Coffee tastes fine. We already kind of skipped ahead to the drink here. It's as you saw it come out of the packet, it was quite solid and very caked up, and I'm not quite sure if this is how it should be tasting. There is something a little funny going on with that too. but do give you something to knock it back with. Cleanse the palate. Best before 20th of Jan 2011. Somebody mentioned in the comments that they hadn't seen, or somebody from the States, they'd never seen juicy fruit with sugar in it, because this is not sugarless gum. And the funny thing is, and I don't know if it's the same with Aussie, I've never seen sugar-free juicy fruit. So there you go. It looks relatively okay, perhaps a bit hard and dry. That tastes perfect. I don't know what they mean about the 2011. I think it's well fine. And we'll have one of these spearmints here. Are they dollar sweets? Refreshing taste. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I was expecting them to be white, but there you go. Really nice taste. They're showing a bit of a few signs of aging though. A bit soft, but yeah, not too bad. So there we go, guys. That has been breakfast of our Australian CR1M. You know, if you just magic this all into its pristine state, you know, I'd be more than happy with that. You got quite a nice number of crackers there. You can do what you want with them. Put the spread on, barbecue sauce if you want. You know, also, you know, scoop out the chili con carne, have it on the crackers. The muesli bar, that would have kept you going. It's definitely lost all of its apricot and coconut flavours, unfortunately, but I'm sure it was nice in its day. And the old chocolate, well, we know what chocolate's like, and you know, this ain't it. It's sort of returning to its component parts, I think. The strawberry fruit grains, however, very good. They've got legs on them. So, overall, I'd be happy with it if you discount the age. Of course, I would normally get Crystal in here to try some of this stuff out, but because it is showing signs of age, you know, and it's, you know, we're playing with food here, I don't think we're going to risk it. As disappointed as she'll be, but you know, we'll make up for that on the next ration. And we'll see you again at lunchtime, guys.
Thanks, Bushmaster. Thanks, Gundog. Cheers, guys.